Hey family, we are in the garden today. It is so beautiful here in Georgia today. So we just got done making some changes in one of the garden beds. I'll show you right here. I don't know if I can switch this over right now, but we changed the garden bed so that right here, this bed was full of grass and weeds, and a whole bunch of us got together today. Some ladies from the church and my neighbors, they came over and we pulled the weeds out and pulled them out as much as we could. We shoveled out the dirt that was in that particular bed, and then just to continue with the video, so we took all the weeds out of the bed, pulled them out by hand. They were pretty deep. It took about 6 of us to get them all out. It was infested with really tall grass and weeds. And so we pulled those out. And then we all got shovels and shoveled out the dirt down to the original cardboard and dirt that we had put into the bed to build the bed. So we shoveled that out, trimmed along the sides, trimmed that out as much as we could. We emptied that dirt by shovel onto a tarp so that we could put it back in after we were done, and then proceeded to put down big pieces of cardboard, little pieces of cardboard on top of what was left in the bed. Whatever was down there, old cardboard that we had originally put in there, and anything else that had grown in there. Again, pulled out as many weeds as we could. And then we put the cardboard on top pretty thick. We covered every corner that we could. And then we proceeded to fill the bottom of the bed. On top of the cardboard, we put lots and lots of sticks and twigs and rotting wood and logs and things like that. On top of that, we put a whole bunch of leaves and pine needles and pine cones, just anything we could find that was old and dried and organic on the property. So we didn't buy anything for that. We just put in what we had, and we put a thick layer of that on top of the twigs and rotting wood and branches and things like that. And we did that in order to create a drainage underneath the soil so that as water hits the soil, whether it be rain or when I'm watering, it drains down to that layer and kind of sits there and seeps into that organic material and creates a wet place, a really drenched area for the roots to drain down and get water from, even when it's dry outside. And on the surface of the soil, there isn't much water. So we did that. And then the next layer after the wood and sticks and twigs and rotting wood and all that, we put a thick layer of the leaves and pine needles and pine cones on top of that. And then the next layer, of course, was the dirt. So we took our time, we put the dirt that we had taken out back in on top of what we put in the bed. And what we wanted to do in that bed was to give it a fresh start. The weeds had penetrated through the original cardboard and stuff that we had put in, and we wanted to give it a fresh start. So we took everything out, put it back in, but put it back in thicker and better, so that the next time this bed is planted, we don't have to worry about the weeds as much. The next thing we're doing, and let me just stop for a moment and come back. So once all that is done, let me just show you this bed now has new cement at sides. You see in the corners, we bought new cement corners, and we're gonna put new wood in between those cement corners and make this bed taller. So in doing that, we're gonna eventually have a taller bed that's gonna be deeper, so I can put things like potatoes in there, corn, deeper rooted vegetables, beets, things like that, and just have a taller bed. So that means we're going to have to put a lot more dirt in there to fill it up. But that's okay, because we put about, I'd say a good 12 inches of organic material underneath the dirt that we put in there. So just kind of revamping that bed. And right now, Dad is having a little bit of trouble fitting these logs down to 2 inches so that they fit in between the cement blocks and give it a nice, snug, tight fit for the new, refreshed, and refurbished bed. So that's our project for today. Hope you learned something. I know the ladies that came and helped, they learned something. They went away very excited and joyful and ready to do it themselves. And we kind of have a date for them to come back and to do the planting when it's time. They're excited to do that because they also want to do some harvesting when the food is ready. So this is an ongoing saga, and I'm enjoying every bit of it. And these people are helping me. They're benefiting from it. We're out in the sunshine and fresh air and learning a lot of things about God's nature and the blessing of planting and growing and participating with God in feeding ourselves. So till next time, thanks.